our channel Best Class Online. We are learning about biology, third chapter, the world of microorganisms, part 1. What is useful microorganisms? Microorganisms. What is microorganism? Microorganisms is a microscopic organisms we can see with naked eyes. This is microscopic organisms. What is useful microorganisms? Lactobacillus. Some microorganisms are very useful to our everyday life. For example, in making of curd and in preparation of idli, dosa, bread and cake. Some microorganisms are also useful in preparation of medicines required to cure different diseases. Some of them are farmer friendly as they increase soil fertility. Let us do some activities to grow microbes to produce product used by us. Activity 1. Take some lukewarm into small balls and few drops of buttermilk or little curd in one of the balls. In the second bowl, do not add anything. Keep two balls in a warm place and observe the milk in the balls after 5 to 6 hours. Curd or buttermilk contains bacteria named lactobacillus. This is lactobacillus, which convert the milk into curd. Activity 2. Take 100 grams of maida in balls and 1 or 2 spoons of yeast powder and add some hot water and knead it to make dough. Keep the dough in a warm place. Observe the dough after 3-4 hours. You might have observed your mother preparing fermented food like idli and dosa. What could be the reason for preparing idli and dosa dough and they before cooking it? In bakery, when yeast is added to the dough for preparing bread and dough rises, this due to the production of carbon dioxide during the process of fermentation. Bubbles of the gas makes the dough spongy in nature. Sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice and crushed fruit juice like grapes. Commercial use for microorganisms. Take activity 3. Commercial use of microorganisms. Take 2 balls half filled with water and add 1 to 10 spoons of sugar to each beaker. Then add 2 to 3 spoons of yeast to any one of the 2 balls. Close both the balls with lids and keep them in warm place. After 3 to 4 hours, remove the lids and smell the contents. Alcohol. This is the characteristic smell of alcohol. Sugars are converted into alcohol by yeast. This process of conversion of alcohol conversion sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation. This process used on a large scale in the production of alcohol, large wine alcohol. Examples of large production: wine, beer, alcohol, etc. Yeast is grown in natural sugar present in grains like barley, wheat, rice, and crushed fruit. Medicine's use of microorganisms. Sometimes when we fall ill or get injured, doctors prescribe some medicine that kill the microorganisms, bacteria, which causes diseases. Such medicines are called as antibiotic. These antibiotics are produced by growing specific microorganisms such as fungi. Nowadays are number of antibiotics like penicillin, streptomycin, and terracycline, etc. are being produced. Antibiotics help in curing many bacterial diseases like typhoid, tuberculosis, diarrhea, and prevent infection like septicemia. Antibiotics are also used to control the bacterial disease in plant and animal. What is antibiotic? Antibiotic and this is antibiotic injection. This is antibiotic capsules. Antibiotic capsules. The discovery of penicillin, the antibiotic. Who discovered penicillin? Penicillin discovered by Dr. Alexander Fleming. The Dr. Alexander Fleming was an army doctor during First World War. He observed that many injured soldiers died because of bacterial infection of wounds. He was working on antibiotic in his lab. Accident one day he observed that some fungi mold were preventing the growth of bacteria in the petri dish in which he was growing bacterial colonies. What is petri dish? This is petri dish. This is petri dish. He spreaded some substance released by the fungus and tested it on some other disease causing bacteria. This substance, also called those disease causing bacteria. The fungus was identified as penicillin nathatome. The substance which was produced by the fungus penicillium was named as penicillin. The discovery of the antibiotic penicillin was announced in 1929. In 1945, the Dr. Alexander Fleming was awarded the Nobel Prize along with other scientists namely Dr. Howard Florey and Dr. Ernst Chain. The discovery of penicillin paved the way to the discovery of many antibiotics like streptomycin, erythromycin, etc. Inventor of erythromycin, Dr. Yelapragada Subbarao, was born in West Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh state, India. He discovered some antibiotics like tetracycline which cure number of bacterial disease like typhoid, plague, tuberculosis, etc. Vaccine. 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 What is vaccine? The weak death disease causing microorganisms which are administered in our body are called as vaccine. This boy is given vaccine of polio. What is polio vaccine? What is polio vaccine? Polio is given the form of oral drops which prevent polio in children. There are many other vaccines available to prevent disease like smallpox, chickenpox, hepatitis, tuberculosis, mumps, cough, measles, whooping. Vaccination protects us from getting the disease over a long period of time, often throughout our life. You may have heard that children below 5 years must take polio. Our national objective is to achieve polio-free society. What do they do in this program? You may know that polio is a dangerous disease. Who discovered polio vaccine? Polio vaccine discovered by Dr. Jonas Salk. Discovered vaccine for polio in 1952. He wanted to distribute it freely to everyone, so he never patented his polio vaccine. Dr. Albert Sabin discovered oral polio vaccine in 1957. Discovery of smallpox. Discovery of smallpox. The Edward Jenner discovered smallpox vaccine. Dr. Edward Jenner set up his medical practice in village which saved mankind by eradicating some diseases. He keenly observed that the milkmaid who developed cowpox, a less serious disease, did not develop the deadly smallpox. He thought they are developing immunity which is preventing smallpox, a very dangerous disease, wiping out millions of people in those days. In 1796, Jenner took the fluid from a cowpox pustule on a dairy maid hand and included a 8-year-old boy with his parents' permission. 6 weeks later, he exposed the boy to smallpox, and the boy did not develop any symptoms of smallpox. The fluid collected from cowpox pustule acted as vaccine to prevent smallpox. This invention of smallpox vaccine saved millions of people from deadly disease. This paved the way for the discovery of number of vaccines which prevent us from harmful disease. The word vaccine comes from word vacca, vacca spelling, which means cow, Astrobacter, etc. helped to provide this essential element to the plants by absorbing them from atmosphere to form certain compounds and then fixing them into the soil that can be taken up by plants. Nitrogen fixation. Rhizobium bacteria present in root nodules of pea family or Leguminosae nitrogen. Collect activity 5. Collect root nodules from groundnut, beans and pie grams. Crush, but them on a then on a glass slide. Press it with cover slip and observe it under compound microscope. Draw and discuss about it with your friends. Rhizobium convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates and stores in roots. Shelter to rhizobium, they cooperate one another, such as cooperation is called symbiosis. Soil fertility increase in growing legume crops in the field. Farmer plow crop field along with legumes on the onset of monsoons. The microorganisms like fungi and bacteria present in the soil degrade biological waste, some of which are essential for plants. Activity 6. Take 2 pots or dig 2 pits in the corner of the garden at home or at your school ground. Fill them up to half with loose soil. Put some biological wastes like fallen leaves, vegetable waste of papers, etc. in one of them. Fill the second one with plastic waste, polythene bags and with some empty glass and bottles. Now cover the pits with some loose soil. Sprinkle some water on the pots. Pits. Do this every day after 3 to 4 years. 2 to 4 weeks. Remove the upper soil, the pits and observe changes. What changes do you observe? In which pit did the material decompose? Why? Is there any harmful non-decomposing material? Discussed about. You might have observed the same thing happening in your own surrounding as well. Microorganisms present in surrounding act upon waste around us and decompose them. They are converted into simple substances. Thus, microorganisms help us in cleaning the environment. Harmful micro. What is harmful microorganisms? What is harmful microorganisms? Fungi, virus, bacteria. Microorganisms can cause disease in crop, plant, livestock and in human beings. They also spoil food, clothes and many other things. This is harmful microorganisms. Disease causing microorganisms in human being. Diseases causing microorganisms in human beings. Activity 7. Meet a doctor of your locality and ask him about the different types of diseases caused by different microorganisms. Note them down and discuss with your friends. Recall the microorganisms are present everywhere in your surrounding. Microorganisms which cause diseases are called as pathogens. Pathogens enter into our body through air we water we drink and food we eat. They can also transmitted by direct contact by infected person or carried through animals and insects like mosquito houseflies. You might have observed some of your family members or friends getting cold and cough with the sudden changes of weather. When the infected person sneezes or coughs, coughs, the pathogens enter into air from such infected person. When this air containing pathogens enter into the body of health person, it may cause cold. These types of diseases which spread from infected people to healthy ones are known as communicable disease. The spread through air, water, food or through physical contact with infected person or in his her use towel kerchief or through insect like horsefly mosquitoes such as insect other animal are called vectors. Anopheles female mosquito this 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 insect ex, common cold conjunctivitis, typhoid, smallpox, chickenpox, swine flu, tuberculosis, chikungunya are some of the communicable diseases. The microorganisms Plasmodium cause malaria. The female Anopheles micro mosquitoes carries Plasmodium and thus it is the vector. Mosquito as are vector for other diseases as well. By controlling mosquitoes, we can prevent disease caused by them. Mosquitoes breed in stagnant water as in pond, tanks, waste pots, waste flower pots. Dr. Ronald. Who is Dr. Ronald? This is Dr. Ronald Rose. Dr. Ronald Rose discovered the female Anopheles mosquito are carrier of causative microorganisms parasite for malaria. Anopheles female mosquitoes are called parasite insects. Parasite for malaria. For this discovery, Dr. Ronald Rose got Nobel Prize in 1902. He discovered it in Sikandrabad. For full story of discovery of Rose, refer annexure. Houseflies also carry disease causing microorganisms and can spread disease like typhoid, cholera, diarrhea, etc. When they sit on garbage, etc., of infected person or animal, pathogens stick to their body. When these flies sit again on uncovered food, they may transfer the disease causing microbes. Pasteurization. What is pasteurization? This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. Another method of preservation is pasteurization. You might have read this word written on some milk packets. In this process, milk is heated up to 72 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 minutes and then suddenly chilled and stored. This prevents the growth of most microorganisms. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur, so this method is known as pasteurization. High temperature short time pasteurization HTST. HTST. That's for all today. Please subscribe to my channel and share like.